Neighbors found the 20-month-old boy lying face down in a front lawn. They say he was tired and filthy.
I was just appalled that the child was laying there as dirty as he was and seemed to have an awful lot of bug bites for a child that age. I don't know how long that's been going on, but I just thought it was sad.
Neighbors say they searched for an hour for the baby's mother before calling Youngstown police. Only after police arrived did the mother appear from a house only 4 doors away.
This baby was out there for over a half hour to 45 minutes with somebody else. You didn't even look for him.
Everybody was outside. Somebody should have been looking at him. Oh, come on.
The boy's 3-year-old sister also was left sleeping in her mother's parked car. 28-year-old Sarah Dudding of Campbell says she was visiting friends and did not leave her children alone. Neighbors say the little boy was on his own for almost an hour.
I think it's a shame. 45 minutes and she ain't know where her baby at, and that baby is only 20 months. That's a shame. What do you think's going to happen? I think they should take the baby away from her. If she can't keep her baby, then she don't need it.
Police decided not to arrest the woman at this time. Child and Family Services will investigate the incident to see if charges of child endangerment will be filed. For TV 27's First News, I'm Sarah Szweda. It was here for less than a week, but to those who stood before it, the moving wall is something that won't soon be forgotten. A replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C., the wall gives people all over the United States a chance to pay their respects to the men and women who lost their lives during the war. But for a group of Hermitage students, volunteering at the wall was like bringing the pages of their history books to life.
We had learned a lot of of facts and stuff, but I mean, you just see the people and actually all these names, you just never knew how much went into it until I got to do this. It was just touching and so emotional, heartbreaking, very heartbreaking.
Volunteers helped families who lost loved ones during the war place carnations along the wall. The students also copied the names of soldiers, men and women about their own age, who gave their lives for their country.
The children were their age. You know, they're 17, 18, 19-year-olds that lost their lives, many of them. And it leaves a lasting impression that these men were their age that lost their lives.
Some hope the students' experience will keep the memory of the Vietnam War alive.
Anything to get knowledge out, getting people in, I don't know whether interest is the right word, but just to remember it was there, remember it happened.
For TV 27's First News, I'm Sarah Szweda. Just a few years ago, Dave Fortney was an active man who worked 6 or 7 days a week. Now this father of 4 is confined to a wheelchair. He suffers from Lou Gehrig's disease.
That kind of changed, your whole attitude on everything. And, being disabled, you have to learn to adjust with time because that's all you got.
Instead of giving up, Fortney keeps a positive attitude and gives hope to children who are also physically challenged.
My disability was hard to handle at first, but seeing kids, their disability shows me that I really don't have nothing.
Fortney volunteers his time helping area handicapped children. By setting an example, he shows that these kids too can make it.
Teaching them that their disability is nothing that they have to be ashamed of. And making them smile and making them laugh, that's worth everything.
For TV 27's First News, I'm Sarah Szweda.
There was a period of time when Joseph wasn't sleeping.
In a lot of ways, Lynn Best is a typical mom. She takes the kids to school, fixes dinner, and tucks them into bed every night. But Best is a single mother of 2 special needs children, coping daily with her boys' disabilities.
There is no roadmap. Each child's so different that you have to find what works for your child.
During a time in her life when most people plan a relaxing retirement, Best, already a mother of 3, decided to adopt. She worked with children at a local child care center, but still felt something was missing.
I wasn't finding fulfillment, and I had always admired foster parents. And I had seen a lot of foster homes, so I didn't think were too very good.
Hey, watch this.
And I always had a real heart for foster kids and thought they should be in good homes and have the same opportunities that my kids had.
Since then, Best has faced the challenges and realities of raising 2 special needs children.
There were about 3 or 4 years that was really stressful. Thank God we're past that. I always think this too shall pass. This can't last. It's got to change, it's got to get better. I'm always expecting it's going to get better.
For Best, it seems love and patience have won out.
When you see John walk, and a physical therapist had said he would never walk. When somebody says that Joseph would never talk, and now he's saying words, that's when all the hard work pays off.
Through it all, Best has found support from her family and friends, and little John and Joseph have found a home.
Yeah. You got teenage sisters and a bigger brother and
and stuff like that, you know. Good. Yeah, real good. In fact.
For TV 27's First News, I'm Sarah Szweda. They call him a hometown hero, but gold medalist Rodney White credits his success at the Olympics to community support.
It helped a lot, them being behind me and stuff, and I went out in the individual round, and my coach talked to me. He said, "Man, all them people back there are counting on you. Having these people behind me, I was thinking about them the whole entire time, and I thanks a lot to them. I appreciate it."
White's fans hosted a celebration for the athlete to honor and congratulate him on his accomplishments. They even named a park in his honor. Hermitage residents say White is an inspiration to younger children.
I think it's real nice. I think Rod went out to do something, and I think it's nice that everybody's showing their appreciation.
White won the team gold medal in archery at this year's Olympics in Atlanta. This is the first time an Olympic athlete has come from Mercer County.
I think it's great. Oh, it's wonderful to have somebody from your own hometown. It's just great. I bet he's on top of the world today.
Rod White has always said his dream in life is to make the Olympics and win a gold medal. Well, now that he's done just that, we'll have to wait until the year 2000 to see what happens in Sydney. For TV 27's First News, I'm Sarah Szweda. Gang graffiti litters the city of Youngstown on abandoned buildings, stop signs, even people's homes. But some Youngstown police officers are wiping up the mess left by gangs and leaving a powerful message.
This gang graffiti, it marks these kids' turf, so to speak, and we're sending a message also, you have no turf in this city. This is our city. So we're not going to tolerate it.
The program is part of the community policing effort in Youngstown. Minimum security inmates from the Mahoning County Sheriff's Department have been painting over gang graffiti for the past 2 years. But sometimes the gangs return.
They put it up there, we'll be right back the next day touching it back up. And hopefully they'll wear out soon. I just would like them to stop, period. I mean, you know, it's ruining the business district. It ruins the residential areas. You got homeowners in here, and the businesses, you know, it doesn't attract new business or homeowners with this gang graffiti up.
Well, workers have been busy this week, but as you can see, there's still a lot more work to be done. More than 70 bridges, stop signs, and buildings have already been painted. And while some of the projects take a few minutes, others take a few hours.
It's going to take some time. This stuff didn't occur overnight, and we're not going to solve it overnight either.
Community policing also gives residents a chance to clean up the streets by telling officers what's happening in their neighborhoods.
People on the street are happy to see it. They're glad to see the graffiti go, and they're, you know, very supportive of everything that we've done out there.
Community police officers also organize youth dances, drug abuse resistance education programs, and other community events. But cuts in funding have reduced the number of community police officers in the city.
We're hanging in there. The public likes us out there. You know, we do what we can with the, means we have, and it's a good program. It's getting tough. Yeah, the calls back up, manpower shortage. It's tough. We're hanging in there, but it is tough out there.
For TV 27's First News, I'm Sarah Szweda.
Commodore, you have a couple computers in here.
Cecil Monroe says he is a man on a mission. But the founder of Supporting Our Next Generation says his main goal is giving young people direction of their own and a house of their own.
The youth today and the ones that have come to me, they want that sense of belonging. And they don't feel like they belong anything.
So in 1990, Monroe started SONG, an organization striving to instill in children values they seldom see on the streets.
What are we teaching our young people when we have no moral ethical values? We want to destroy one another.
Monroe also works with families and parents, reconnecting the generations and teaching children and young parents lifelong skills that should be taught at home.
When you have children teaching children and they don't know, then that means we have to go back. We've lost a generation somewhere. So we have to go back and pick that up. So I just felt it was time.
Monroe's personal sacrifices keep the organization going. He has even taken second and third jobs to raise more money for special projects. His dedication comes from seeing how tough life in the inner city can be.
The personal part is I feel for these young children of all cultures, all races and everything else, because I don't know right now, if I had to grow up young and be a young kid, I don't know if I could make it. I'd be scared to death.
For TV 27's First News, I'm Sarah Szweda.